Hello, good morning students. Third part of this lesson, we are going to discuss about the challenges of human development. Second point, sex ratio or the gender equality. The first point we discussed about, one of the challenge was health. The second point is gender equality. Indian Constitution guarantees equality and justice to all the citizens. All the citizens having that equality and justice, that is guarantees. According to the census of 2011, out of total population, 48.46% female and 51.54% male are there. According to the census of 2011, then female, the population percentage was less. That is 48.46 comparing to male. Male is then 51.54%. If we view from this angle, female not only play a leading role as a human resources in India, but also in the world. In the world also, then female role is very important. But due to biological differences and differences in upbringing and expectation from social and cultural perspective, path of development of male and female is different. So in the society or in the biological differences, then we can see according to the expectation of the society, we can see some of the difference. That is why then some of the difference we can see the development of male and female. Even today in many families, women are engaged in household chores, then cooking or bringing up children. So some still that we can see the differences because the women's parts are at home, then household chores, household work, or in the taking care of the children and cooking. They do not have any contribution in economic earning of family or country because they are not working for the money. They do not have any power to take decision in family, suffer from inadequate health care. They are deprived from economical and educational rights. And also what of the reasons are there? And also not having any type of decision at a family. And they are suffering some of the inadequate health care problem, and also they are deprived from the economy and the economical basis, as well as in the educational rights also depriving, or it is not getting proper. They experience discrimination in their clothes, games, opportunities of education, food, hangout, ethics and behavior. Some of the discrimination we can see, the clothing system, the games, opportunities, education, food, and all the things, that behavior also I can see some of the discrimination. They become victim of child marriage, parda system, dowry system, and many other social evils due to low literacy rate among them. And also some of the problem they are become the victim of child marriage. So nowadays that is not there, but it was child marriage. They have to wear the parda, then dowry system was there, and also some other social evils system was there. Then low literacy, they are not getting proper education, or the literacy rate is very low for the women, and these are all the things we can see. They are forced to become victim of child infanticide, to low respect, desire to have a son, then social tradition and sexual discrimination. So some other way also they have to be suffered. Then child infanticides, then low respect, they are not getting the respect comparing to the men. Then also desire to have a son, then social tradition, sexual discrimination, these all they have to face. Inequality is seen in economic, political, social, cultural and religious fields. So some of them not getting proper equality like a man. So that is why always some hard discrimination we can see. Then this one of the table we can see here, the statistical analysis of gender equality in India. Then as per Human Development Report of 2015, the male and female, which are the differences or some of the statistical analysis of the gender equality in India we can see. Then Human Development Index, the female it was 0.526, male is 0.661 more. Then expected life or the expectancy at birth 68 years. Then female 69 and half, male 66 and half. Expected schooling years 11.7 years. That was expected schooling years. But for male they are getting 11.3 3, for male 11.8. Average schooling years, then 5.4 years. But for male getting 3.6, female getting 3.6 and male is getting 7.2. That is why literacy rate also we can see low for the female. Then per capita income. So per capita income we know that's then 5,497. But for female 2,116 and male 8,656. So double is there nearby. Then participation in labor force more than 15 years. So for the female 27.0. Then male here it is more only. Male they have to work. The forced labor 79.9. Then proportion of representation in parliament. Then the parliament representation we can see less number of females, that is 12.2. Then for male then 77.8. So that much differences we can see in the parliament. Then youth literacy rate then 15 to 24 years. Then for female 74.4%, male 88.4%. So these are the some of the statistical analysis of gender equality in India. So most of the things are less or denied for the women. Generally, all the states in India have male dominance at a high post, high income, more profit, more salary in industries as well as job. So wherever we are seeing, so more priority is given for the men. That is why then generally all the states in India having the male dominance at a high post. For the male always getting the high position, high income is there, high profit they are having, then more salary also in industries as well as wherever they are working. Proportion of female members of parliament is hardly 12.2% in parliament. Already we said about for the female membership or the female members are in the parliament 12.2%. Less proportion of female is there in the parliament. Then less proportion, the less number we can see in the parliament. Also Vidhan Sabha, then senior officers, managers, directors of companies, commercial and technical fields. In all the level we can see the less proportion of the females. Even discrimination in other field is clearly evident. The third point we'll see that challenges of the human development, then women empowerment. Women are the center of whole development process, because women are the center of all the development process. Women are giving more importance. In any of the developing country, economic empowerment is the main aspect of women empowerment. So in any of the developing country, economic empowerment. So economic empowerment is very important. So that is why that is the main aspect of women empowerment. Economic freedom is essential for women empowerment. If a woman is educated, she would educate a house, a society, and ultimately the entire nation. So that is why then woman empowerment is very important. So if a woman is educated, she can educate her house, then she can educate their society and all the nation also, entire nation also. Our country has started taking steps in this direction. From time to time, they have served at the post of Prime Minister. So because the woman empowerment, so served as the post of Prime Minister, President and as a Chief Minister of different states. Some of the states we can see the women's. Women are engaged in job like a taxi driver to pilot. So that also job they are taking. So women engage in the job like a taxi driver to pilot. We have watching women working as social worker, literature, journalist, sports person, educator and actor on TV and news channel. So these are the positions also women are working. Women empowerment is expanding from working as a laborer to work in business and commerce, communication and many other jobs because of increasing education. So they are getting more education. So in all the expanding areas or the expanding from the works as a laborer, then many works they can do. And also training and skilled programmers. Still there is a lot of scope for development. So for extending it, we have to make a lot of effort. Then women welfare schemes. Since 1980, many plans and programs related to women development in India have been implemented. Some of the schemes are, some of the plans are established in India. That is why some of the many plans and programs related to women development in India have been implemented. National Commission for Women as was set up in 1992. National Commission for Women was set up in 1992. National Policy for Empowerment of Women 2000 was set up by Department of Women and Child Development. They have undertaken programs like strength building, employment, income generation, welfare and supportive services, and gender sanitation. So they are undertaken some of the programs. They have taken some of the programs like the strength building, empowerment, income generation, welfare and supportive services, and gender sanitation. United Nations has declared 1975 as Women's Year. Then United Nations declared which year as a Women's Year? 1975. You can underline your textbook. United Nations, UN, had declared 1975 as Women's Year. It also declared the 1975 to 1985 decade as Women's Decade. So that 10 years, 75 to 85 decade as Women's Decade. It was declared as Women's Decade. Then 2002 was celebrated as Women Empowerment Year. So you can underline 2002 was celebrated as Women Empowerment Year. So which year was celebrated as Women Empowerment Year? 2002. An act has been amended to give them equal right in family property. So one of the act also, or some of the amendment also passed that some of the equal rights should get in the family. Then next we'll see that steps taken to stop women exploitation. Some of the women exploitations also happening. So some of the steps are taken to stop the women exploitation. For women security, 181 Abhayam Women Helpline have been started in Gujarat. You may underline your textbook. For women security in 181 Abhayam Women Helpline has been started in Gujarat. 181 Helpline started in Gujarat. For what? For helping the women suffering from various type of violence, because they are facing some of the violence. So to get rid of or to free from this kind of types of violence, then one of the women security helpline number is there, 181 or 181. They may also even get guidance for their progress just by making a call. So in that way they are getting some of the guidance they are getting. Women court have been set up so that poor women get justice easily, and women welfare centers have been set up to solve the social, legal and employment related problems of women. Some of the women some of the in the welfare centers also set apart for what? To solve the social, legal and employment related problem of women. To help for the women, many welfare centers also established. Government has become vigilant to provide protection to women against the physical, mental and sexual exploitation. And also some of the vigilance or some of the steps have taken to provide the protection to the women. So which are the ways? Against the physical, mental and sexual exploitation. By passing a law in Parliament, working women have been given protection against sexual harassment in government office, private business as maid. So some of the laws also passed. So by passing a law in the Parliament, working women have been given some of the protection against what? The sexual harassment in government office, private business as a maid. So these are the ways should not get any type of sexual harassment. Even in the government office or in the private office or the business field or as a maid also. Next we'll see that various schemes of Gujarat government for providing equality to women. So this question is very important. So which are the schemes are Gujarat government providing for the equality to women? Gujarat government has set Women and Child Development Department in 2001. one for social, economical and educational progress for women. So educational, social and economical progress is given for the children as well as for the child as well as for the women. Then Gujarat government has emphasized on women empowerment by stressing on three aspects of development of women. So three aspects are given for the development of women. That is educational empowerment, women health, then women safety for uplifting women of poor and common families and women of rural area. So in that are the ways some of the aspects. So some of the development has given for education empowerment, then women health, then women safety for uplifting women of poor and common families and women of rural areas. For this purpose, government has implemented various schemes in women-centered gender budget. Some of the schemes are given for the women. The first one, with the intention of encouraging girls' education, school entrance ceremony and girl education chariots festival has been started in Gujarat. Then as a result of it, 100% admission and increase in the women literacy has been there. So that is why some of the encouraging the girls' education. So that is why the school entrance ceremony and girl education chariot festival has been started. Then women literacy has been improving. In Gujarat, girl child in the village having less than 35% women literacy rate or of families living below poverty line in urban areas are given Vidyalakshmi bonds at the time of admission in primary or secondary school. So that is for the girls, for the girl child in the village having less than 35% of women literacy. For the women literacy is very less in the village area, below 35. So for that reason, then one of the bonds are given, that is Vijayalakshmi bond, the time of admission in primary as well as in secondary school. Under Saraswati Sadhana Yojana, 1,50,000 girls have been given cycles free of cost. So under Saraswati Sadhana Yojana, so given the cycle for the girls, then of free of cost. Girls going out of village to study are given facility to travel free in ST bus, and also ST bus traveling facility or the pass is given as free for the village. Then Sabla Yojana, then it has been started to provide nutritious food to adolescent girls and develop their skill. So the nutritious food is given and through Sabla Yojana. It is given for the adolescent girls to develop their skill. Then next point is Gujarat government has made provision of 33% reservation for women in the government. So in the government position, the government places, they are getting 33% reservation for the women. In local self-government institution, women's reservation percentage have been increased from 33% to 50. So in the self-government institution, then 33% to 50 increased. Then Rashtriya Swavlambha Yojana. It is implemented to provide pension to the proletarians and destitute old people in the later half of their lives. So for the aged people or the abandoned people, they are giving some of the provision, providing the pension, that is through Rashtriya Swavlambhan Yojana. Other than this, destitute widows and given economic help so that they are not forced to lead a poor life. So destitute means without a husband. Okay, in that cases economic help is given to the poor people. Under Mission Mangala Yojana, government provides economic help for the women through Sakhi Mandal to make them self-reliant. So some of the provision that the government is given through the economic help. Then for women health, e-Mamta program has been started in which pregnant women are registered through mobile technology, are issued then Mamta card, so that death at the time of maternity may be controlled. Along with it, her regular health checkup is done, and after the birth of child, health of mother and child is taken care of through vaccination program. So e-Mamta, that is given for the pregnant ladies. So all type of help they are giving, and also controlling the the death rate. for abolition of gender discrimination, Serve Girl Child, that is Beti Bachao Abhiyan, has been started, has been started, and Beti Bachao, Beti Badho and Beti Padho program has been given important contribution in women empowerment. So that is for the abolition of the gender discrimination, to stop the to stop the discrimination and serve girl child. Then scheduled caste and scheduled tribe pregnant women are provided medicines, laboratory tests, operation facility free of cost under Chiranjeevi Yojana. So for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, for the pregnant ladies, so for pregnant women, giving the free medicine, laboratory tests, operation facility, everything through Chiranjeevi Yojana. Various schemes have been started for women welfare by Women and Child Development Department of Gujarat. By extending the coverage of these schemes, we will be able to face challenges of women empowerment. Then in relation to human development, if we take a deep look into our streets and villages, we find that pregnant women are not getting proper nutrition, underweight child is born, child is suffering from malnutrition, child is not going to Anganwadi or school, children study in school may not be able to read or write, study is abandoned midway, daughters are not sent for higher studies, youth may not be getting employment, somebody may die because of accident, then somebody is suffering from some serious diseases. So in these all the ways we can see some of the sufferings in the people. That is why the relation to human development, if we take a deep look, when we are looking at the people into our streets and village, we will find many things. What are they? The pregnant women are not getting the proper food, not getting, then child is not having the proper weight, then and also child is suffering from malnutrition or nutritious food is not there, and also they are not going to the Anganwadi or school, and they are not going to the schooling or not able to read or write. Then studies also not able to complete, the midway they are stopping. Then daughters are not sending for the higher studies. Then youth may not be getting the employment, work is not there, job is not there, somebody may die because of accident, somebody is suffering from some kind of serious diseases. So these are the some of the that a deep look we can see in our street and villages. All these things affect human development index of our country. Thus, if not only government but also citizens of our country become active in the direction of development, then only we will be able to compete with the nations having high human development in future. For the human development process, the human development index, that how we can develop, so only through our citizen, that is the not only the government but also each citizen has to take care of the country for what to become active in the direction of development. Then things to know. On December 14, 2015, United Nations Development Programme UNDP published Human Development Report 2015 with the little work for human development. According to this report, along with the Human Development Index, following indicators are also included. Some of the indicators, some of the points are indications they are given. Then first one, the Gender Development Index. So gender, because gender means a sex. Then child and youth, given for a more indication. The more what is it in the index, the development index, they are given for the child and youth, adult health and health expenditure, education, command over allocations of resources, and which are the ways these resources are distributing, the social competencies and the society, if the competencies there or not, personal insecurity, not having the personal securities, then international integration, then environment, then population trends, supplementary indicators, perception of well-being. This report may be seen on UNDP website. So website is given. Then every report is published in Hindi, English and many other languages. So website is showed in this paragraph. So students, today's class we have discussed about the challenges of human development. The first we seen that in the second part, the water, health, then next one gender equality, then woman empowerment. Also some of the what is in the schemes are given for the given by the government for providing the equality for women. So thank you students, thank you for listening my class.